You are, just like me, a prisoner. And the fun thing is, you don't even know it. And that's the entire purpose of it. How do you keep someone in a prison? By him not thinking that he is in one. That we all live in a prison. And my goal of this video is to explain you what the prison is and how you can get out of it. Even though, I must tell you, we naturally keep going back in. So here's the purpose of this video. We all have human nature, and human nature is inevitable. We are born with it, we're going to live our entire life with it. The only thing we can truly do to try to master is to become aware of it. So I want to give you the awareness so then when you go through your day, you actually know what is happening to you and you can better plan and master your own day. Right? So here's how it works. We all are built with an ego. And the ego is our biggest friend and biggest enemy. The only reason we wake up in the morning and go do something is because of the ego. Because the ego has different motives as to why it would do something, right? We either try to go and crave validation, right? There's so many ways we crave it. We crave affirmation, which is also a form of validation, right? We crave, right? And that's a saying from Buddhism and the base of Buddhism, which is suffering comes from craving. Another way around, craving is the cause of all suffering, right? We crave attention, validation, right? Social status, power. Because money, we crave money, yeah, because money is a form of power. So if I would really summarize it, the strongest craves we have that our ego desires, we crave validation, we crave power, right? And last but not least, we crave attention, right? And so, as knowing this, why is this important? We do things every single day. We take actions every single day to fulfill the need of the ego. Now, why is this important that you understand it? All of us have an ego. And now, what is the problem with the ego? Ego is very fragile. And that's why when someone offends you, you tend to overreact, get in a fight, and so on and so forth. And the thing about the ego is it's self-centered, meaning it only cares about itself. And I might offend some people that way, but it is reality, which is that we only care about ourselves. And to give you an example, the people who are the most giving, the reason they give unconditionally, apparently, they do it to feel better about themselves, to get validation for who they want to be and who they think they are. So let me give you an example. They think they are a good person. They think they're doing good. And so they take action to do so, right? By being loving and giving. But they don't do it for the other person. And usually sometimes they don't even care about who it is. They do it because they will get the validation of who they want to be. Right? Again, to validate who we think we are, which is our ego. Right? Now, here's the entire trap. We will keep on going back to satisfy our ego. Now, here's the problem. It is close to impossible to run away from it. The only thing to do is create awareness about this problem. And more important is how can you solve it? And it will sound super simple, but it isn't simple. The solution is to get out of your own head. And one way you can do it is by stopping to think about yourself. And that's something you truly do. Try to embody the person that is sitting in front of you. What is that person feeling? What is going through the person's mind? What tension in his body is he feeling? What is his backstory? Getting deep like a sponge into the person's emotional world. That way, you stop being in your own head. And I've done it a few times in my life, and every time I did it, I will tell you what, I was so fulfilled because I wasn't caring about my own problems, my own validation, my own attention anymore. I was so soaked in into that person standing in front of me that I didn't need to validate my ego anymore because it was not about me anymore. So the problem is that we are self-centered, and that causes friction in our day all the time. From how people perceive us, from how we dress, from what we do, going to the gym to be in shape, to get attention, to get validation. It does that. It never, ever ends. The only time when it ends is when you get out of your own head and think about another person. And the reason here is simple. I will give it to you an example. When a woman gets pregnant, she will stop smoking, which is the most unusual thing ever because a woman herself won't stop smoking. She will try and never succeed. The moment she has a child or is in pregnancy, she will stop smoking forever. I'm not saying this is always the case, but they have done studies that prove the fact. And why is this important? We are willing to do so much more for other people than for ourselves. Like, for example, we are willing to give so much more for another person, work so hard for another person, or love a person so hard more than we love ourselves. Relationships are an example of this, right? And like I was saying, the relationship with the woman and pregnancy. For some reason, we're capable of surpassing our ego when we fight for a bigger cause, slash when we are outside of us into a different person. I've seen this working the best when it comes to a one-to-one, right? So one individual with another one. I've seen it less effective in group environments. The true beauty of this, when you get into the emotional world of someone else, firstly, you learn so much. You finally understand the perspective of someone else. There's a whole million reasons why I could tell you from a power level on. So what you would get in return from doing so. But do you see where we're leading? Again, we're doing something for someone else to get something back. Because that's always how we naturally tend to work. And something truly powerful that you get back is because you stop worrying about yourself. Because you worry about someone else's problem, you worry about someone how emotional needs, ego. He will tell you, he will speak for hours about himself, and you will be still in silence, sitting in peace. And that feeling changes. And as an Indian philosopher told me, and I said in the podcast, happiness is peace of mind. And there's a lot of things which I will discuss in the future you can do to achieve happiness. But perhaps peace of mind is one of the biggest, and for me personally, one of the most fulfilling ones. So here's what I want you to remember. What is the conclusion from this video? We all tend to care just about ourselves. Always. It is a natural default. But if you actually try to go outwards and really go deep into the person in front of you, not just asking how they are, but try to feel the emotions. When someone tells you they're tired, try to feel the emotions they have. The pain, if they tell you have pain in the arm, can you try to redo it? One of the best questions you can ask them is, what are you thinking? What is going through your head? Try to understand it. And I will tell you, it will work like magic and you will achieve peace of mind. And I don't want to say it all, but there's so many benefits of doing so. Like the person will start loving you because they will feel like you understand them. which is exactly what we all want. We want to be understood. Another thing which is ego craves. So next time you have a conversation with your friend, sibling, parents, just for 20 minutes, half an hour, just listen to them fully. Don't speak about yourself, even though they might ask you questions about you. Keep it short, speak about them. Just tell them I'm genuinely curious. Now, honest, I have cared too much for myself, and I want to know who you are. For real. Do it one time, and once you have done it, you can come back to this video, you can comment and tell me how it went. But every time I did it, it was mind-blowing. And the peace of mind, happiness, and fulfillment I got from it was just impressive. So please remember, you are in a prison, just like me, which is our own head. Get out of it. Look at the bigger picture. Look at the bigger picture of life. Look at the different people. And one last advice I give you is imagine life is a chess play. And the game ends with death. But you are just one of the pieces on the board. But look from it as if you would have the chessboard in front of you. So you're above it. You're looking at it. It's like you're observing yourself from a third person. I will tell you, you will usually realize a lot of things. And I hope you will do it because it will truly help you. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please let me know. I'll see you next one.